Hey y'all, welcome back to Krista's Kitchen. Happy Halloween! Today we have for y'all our last two recipes specific to our Crocktober series. We've got a brown sugar sesame pork loin and a cheesy chicken penne. So we're going to jump straight into it. Again, this is another new recipe. We're doing brown sugar sesame pork loin. So I've dropped down one medium onion that we've just diced up. And this is what I have in my freezer to make things move quickly for days like this when we have so much to get done. Next up, I'm adding a 4-pound pork loin. This is actually 3.9 pounds. The recipe does call for 4. So it's slightly under. We're going to add half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of low sodium soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. Now this stuff is potent, so this makes me a little bit nervous putting this much in, but it packs so much flavor. 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, 3/4 of a teaspoon of ground ginger. And I'm not sure if this has ever happened in my life, but I'm out of minced garlic. The recipe calls for 2 cloves of minced garlic. I am just going to add 2 tablespoons of garlic powder to substitute, and I will be picking up some more minced garlic and some whole garlic cloves again this week. And last but not least, we have 2 tablespoons of toasted sesame seeds. And I just toasted this on the stove top for a few minutes. It helps bring out that nutty flavor. This is one of those steps that makes a difference. And that's all. We're going to cover this, let it cook on low for about 6 to 7 hours. We'll come back and taste test it together and see how it turned out. So our pork is all done. It smells delicious. I'm going to show y'all how we're plating it up. It is falling apart, so I don't think it'll hold together in slices too well. We're pairing it with some white rice and some mixed vegetables. And
What
we'll
do you
taste
think?
it.
I think it's good.
Yeah?
I think I would want to kind of spread the rice into the juice to make it have more flavor, because it kind of takes away the flavor with the meat.
So you think you need more juice on your plate with the rice?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can do that. We can add more juice. There's plenty of juice in it. Thank you for your opinion. Out of 5 stars, how many would you give?
I would give the juice a 5. The pork is juicy and easy to chew. I think I'd give it a 4.
A 4? All right. Not too bad. All right. Let's sit down to eat. Okay. Time for my opinion. The pork is very tender and juicy. It is, however, really sweet, and I feel like it needs a little bit more salt. So I'm adding a little bit more soy sauce, and I'm going to see if this helps with the flavor. And it does help some with the flavor. I think I need a little bit more, but I'm going to add a little bit more soy sauce and again, see if that helps balance it out. Okay, so the addition of extra soy sauce makes this really awesome. So I don't remember what we added. I think it was half a cup, but I would probably double that because of how much concentrated soy sauce I used on this just now. I think this is definitely a win-win. Next time we'll shred it up, pulling it straight out of the pot instead of trying to do slices, because it really absorbed that juice and that liquid. We will definitely keep this one around. So our next crockpot recipe that we're making is cheesy chicken penne. We're going to put everything just about except for the noodles down in the slow cooker and get started, and then we add in a few ingredients later. First up, we're adding 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup. The original recipe calls for cream of chicken, but I've told y'all a few times we prefer cream of mushroom. Next in is half a cup of water, 1 small yellow onion diced. I'm using some out of my freezer, 1 bouillon cube, 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. The original recipe calls for tarragon. However, I don't really like just tarragon by itself. So we're going Italian seasoning. 1.5 cups of sliced mushroom. I am using a 12-ounce package. Again, we really like mushrooms, so that's the reason for the extra. We're going to mix this all up. And then we're going to lay across about 1.5 to 2 pounds of chicken. These 2 chicken breasts equal out to just under 2 pounds. We're going to cover this and cook it on low for about 5 to 6 hours. Watch your chicken because chicken can overcook really quickly. But we'll see y'all back when this is done and we're moving on to step 2. Now that our chicken is all cooked, we've shredded those 2 chicken breasts up, and I'm going to add about 1 cup of sour cream and 2 cups of shredded cheese. I'm going to mix this all around. Now we're going to add in the pound of penne. We're going to give this a good mix and let it all kind of come together over the next 15-20 minutes, and we'll be ready to eat dinner. I'm going to top it with just a little bit more cheese to make it pretty. Alright, and dinner is all done. So now it's taste test time to see if we need to add any seasonings or spices before we serve it up. Alright, so it is super yummy. I feel like we need just a little bit more seasoning though. So I'm going to add a little bit more Italian seasoning and a little bit of salt. Alright, and that's all it took. Super yummy, and I think the kids are gonna love it.